This is the Commodities, Scrap Metal Recycling and Economic Report, November 27, 2023. U.S. weekly raw steel production rose slightly to 1.696 million tons on continued slowing U.S. manufacturing. WTI crude oil price fell to $75.18 a barrel on the slow growth in demand and robust supply from non-OPEC countries, including the U.S. The U.S. weekly oil rig count was steady at 500, well off 2014's 1609 record high. This was on higher productivity per well and disciplined production limits. U.S. weekly oil production was steady at 13.2 million barrels per day for the seventh week, the all-time record high. U.S. oil companies are being careful not to upset OPEC. If the U.S. takes too much global market share from OPEC, OPEC will flood the market, which will lower prices and hurt U.S. oil company profits. Scrap steel number one HMS price rose to $340 gross ton, with slight upward pressure for December. Hot rolled coil steel price rose to $48.18 per hundredweight, which is $9.64 a ton, on higher iron ore prices but slow demand. Copper price rose to $3.70 a pound on lower inventories and Chinese government stimulus, as well as the lower U.S. dollar. Aluminum price rose slightly to $101 per pound, which is $22.30 a metric ton, on short supply concerns, the same Chinese government stimulus, and the lower U.S. dollar, as we said. The U.S. November S&P Manufacturing Index fell to 49.4, with under 50 being contraction. This was on improved supply chains, so excess inventories are down. U.S. U of M November Consumer Sentiment Index was revised higher, but only 61.3, the lowest since May. Consumer sentiment is better, but feelings on business conditions deteriorated. Also, inflation is factually down, yet consumers are thinking that it's worse. Note that gasoline is 30 cents per gallon cheaper today than last year. U.S. October existing home sales sank to 3.79 million annualized, the worst since 2010 and the levels of the 1970s 53 years ago. This was on low housing inventory and the highest mortgage rate in 20 years. U.S. October new orders for manufactured durable goods plummeted by 5.4% versus September, the largest fall since April. Transportation equipment fell 18.8%, which was mostly civilian aircraft and vehicles. U.S. weekly initial unemployment claims fell to 209,000, with under 300,000 being a good growth economy. This means the job market remains tight, which is inflationary, but great for workers because they get more money. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 443 points to 35,390. This was on the slowing U.S. economy that could bring an end to interest rate hikes. Need a new roll-off truck? Have an underutilized day cab or tractor? Want to save about $210,000 literally? Buy a Bentley Super Mini roll-off trailer that with a tarp system is about $87,000 versus $300,000 for a roll-off truck. This roll-off trailer is more maneuverable and carries more weight than a roll-off truck and saves about $210,000, literally. This report is brought to you by Bentley Roll-Off Trailers, Gondola Trailers, Lugger Trucks, and Roll-Off Trailer Parts. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.